Hello, and welcome back to Password. Yeah. It hasn't been over a week since I recorded. Don't worry about it. I know exactly what's happening. We're here with the cutest bear. My eyes went to Thanatos, and briefly, before I dug around in my pocket, placing the Leo medal carefully on the table.
Leo, not,
It's Leo, trust me.
Oh, alright. No, where was it found?
In the place where Oswin does his best work.
Excuse me.
That was the clue I was given by Thanatos. Real nice throwing me under the bus there, Junior.
Would you be so lucky that he'd have you... Wait. You would be so lucky that he'd have you thrown under the bus when they arrive. Alas, you have a... Yeah, oof. Alas, you have some explaining to do
He means the study. Not like it's any big secret. We didn't go into your lab without you being there, if that's what you were worried about.
The study.
Yeah, we found it inside a book.
Was the book special?
Well, Oswin's sister had hollowed out the middle of it to hide the medallion and a picture inside.
A picture of what?
Oh, I went to speak, but he was already moving, almost breaking out into a run as he cleared the dining room.
What was the picture of, given he wasn't willing to stick around to hear you out?
It was him as a kid, with his brother and sister.
Oh, is that all?
Well, yeah.
And it was with the medal.
Also, yes.
And there was nothing special about the photo. No additional clues.
There was a note on the back, written by his sister, I think. Something about remembering what was most important.
What would be most important?
What indeed?
Mr. Thanatos.
Oh, calling him Mister. How polite.
Do you know what is most... do you know what is most important to Oswin?
Sure do.
Don't bother, Sal. He's not going to help us. He might.
If it was a picture of him and his siblings, then it'd be family, right? Or at the very least, his brother and sister.
Do you think that he'd have forgotten that? Who really knows? It's not as if any of us have a functional family life. Now hold on. My family is just fine, thank you very much. With Dean being the exception, I think. I see what you're saying, as hard as it is to hear.
It can't all be bad, can it?
I'm not going to speak for anyone other than myself, but the pattern seems to be there. Mine's in the Mafia. Sal and Haas are estranged from theirs. Roswell is dealing with him dying early, and aren't even there in his final moments.
We're his family, aren't we?
That's true, although not exactly the same. Then, then there's what you and Tyson have. Everyone, with the exception of Dean, seems to struggle with family life. It's not just me that finds that.
Yes, this word. This word.
Finds that just a little suspicious, right?
What's wrong with having a good family?
We're not going to find out about that you and Dom are secretly cousins or something, are we?
Orlando, they were different.
You can say they were different kinds of bears. That's not racist. I would have thought the fur color was enough for that. Having seen your brother and not knowing the relationship at first, you'll forgive me for not ruling it out.
Should we go check on Oswin?
Why?
He ran off pretty quickly to go see, presumably the picture, but it wouldn't take that long to get it and come back. Maybe something happened.
We could afford to wait a little longer, but there's nothing left for us to discuss without him anyway. Anyone want tea? We can do tea while we wait. Maybe I can make a few sandwiches to use up the bread. All right. I'll help with sandwiches. You do tea, Sal. Come help. Do you think that's wise? That's a fair question. It'll be fine. Just come on.
Dean patted Sal on the back, and that was enough to get him moving. Orlando bringing up the rear, they disappeared into the kitchen.
Well, this is a mess. At least I get tea.
Like tea's really going to help.
Don't get him started. I've got enough on my mind already. Fine, you get a pass.
Thanatos?
What?
Are things still going according to plan?
We'll find out tomorrow.
What makes you say that?
It can go a few different ways, but really all there is to do is just wait.
Waiting is the worst part.
Well, I'm sorry to say you're out of luck. It's waiting or take the fight to them, and I'll tell you for free, going in early is a bad idea.
Tyson drops into a chair and starts to tug at his fur, but I didn't say anything, especially after seeing Haas in a similar state. I'm going to check on Oswin. I'll be back. I hurried along until I was upstairs again, looking around for Oswin. The bookcase was still open off to the side, and so I headed into the study. Oswin? He was sitting at the desk. Here, music seems a bit low, so I will turn that up for you all. The photo clutched in tightly in his hands, though the moment I made a sound, he sniffled and sat straight up, dipping his head so he could quickly wipe away his tears. Are you okay? When he turned to me, he was stone-faced, but his eyes were puffy. Even having not gone all that long, he must have been hit hard by something in that picture.
I'm fine, all things considered.
Sorry. I can come back if you want to be alone. Just, you ran off, and we're done downstairs for now, it looks like. He shook his head, setting the photo down.
There's no benefit for being alone, or with people. So do as you please.
What does the note mean? On the back of the photo. Without prompting, he flipped it over, looking at the photo again.
What's most important? It was always something that she said to us. Something that was meant to keep us focused on what we were meant to be doing.
Oh, excuse me.
Me on my medicine, or Reggie with his studies and whatever father wanted him to focus on.
Florencia?
Flora, yeah. It was the last thing Reggie said to be before he
passed away. Passed as well. To be? Okay.
I got the feeling he knew something bad was going to happen. And, well, he was right.
Because of the medical trials?
As if things couldn't get worse. So many things lined up with that day. The trial went well. Reggie passed. Well, oh my god. The trial went wrong. Reggie passed. I knew my life was forever changed that day. It was meant to be a day of great happiness, but...
He was smiling, but I could see the tears start to threaten the corners of his eyes. I'm sorry, Oswin.
At the very least, Flora was there with her husband, and Benson came soon after I called him to tell him what went wrong. He was there when Reggie passed, and took me away soon after things were settled, shall we say.
Settled.
Just some paperwork, really. Funeral arrangements and the like. Most of it had already been handled by my brother, as a precaution, assuming that I'd have my hands full with the vaccine. Should things go well.
But if things went well, wouldn't he have been cured?
Yes, but such a cure wouldn't work immediately. Even dosing Reggie is.
Dosing?
Reggie assuming a successful response in the children would mean he'd need to be watched for a while.
Osmond stood slowly, breathing out and tucking his photo into his pocket.
Thank you for checking up on me.
It only seemed right given, well, how you left.
Yes, well, I suppose the time for tears can be until after you've escaped off the mountain with your friends.
Assuming we can figure out who can go along with you.
Yes, that is. Something we need to decide, isn't it?
It's going to be me, isn't it?
Pardon.
It's just, that's the impression I was getting. That somehow Thanatos was arranging things so that I'd be going with you.
If I'm being frank, I'd much rather if you didn't join me. Of your friends, Dean is the one I'm considering taking, should I not be able to bring Roswell.
Oh, well, good, I guess. You're not worried about Memphis trying to recruit him.
Not overtly. No offense to Dean, but I don't think he and Memphis would click, based on morals alone. Dean's proven a little too soft to join organized crime, and he's not big enough to pass on the quality alone, like Sal likely would.
Well, that's...
If Dean is as good a woodsman as I'm led to believe, he'd be back in no time.
Oswind's hand found his shoulder, and he looked me over.
Do not misunderstand, however. I'm going to spend the rest of my day concocting, yes. I think that's that word. That looks about right. Where's my thing? There it is. Okay. Concocting something to jumpstart Roswell to a stage where he can come along as intended, or at least try.
Why? Because he's the most expendable?
I wouldn't put it so simply. But if we're deducing things down to raw facts, then yes. As the one whose life is the closest to end of its natural expectancy to maximize the years left for the rest of your group.
The words seemed to catch in his throat, and he stopped there, looking away. Okay, yeah.
Come on, Dave. Are you willing to risk your own life should things go awry? We don't know how things tomorrow will go. But if we're playing the odds...
Then Roswell's the right choice, yeah?
Assuming he's well enough to go, leveraging his luck...
excuse me.
...is the right move.
What about you, though? With you staying with Memphis while we all escape?
I will be fine. Should the worst happen, Benson knows what to do.
Won't Benson miss you if you get killed, though?
Almost certainly. But with our options so limited, risking death is just the point we're at.
He made to leave, walking past me. Where are you going now?
If I have half a day and a night, at most, should I forego sleep to get Roswell on his feet, I best get started now. You'd best rest as well, Dave. I imagine tomorrow is going to be tolling on everyone.
Right, yeah. I stood there as he wandered away. I knew where he was likely headed, but I made no effort to follow. All I had to do was believe in him. He'd get Roswell fixed up. The plan will go ahead as required. And that was that. we'd be free. As I made my way downstairs, I was in a daze, wondering how likely Oswin was going to succeed in his making of some medicine in half a day. It didn't seem possible, but all things considered, I wasn't going to turn down a miracle.
Ah, there you are, Dave.
Oh, were you looking for me?
The others were curious how you were faring after checking up on Oswin.
Ah, yeah. We just had a chat upstairs, but now I think he's going to be holed up in his lab for the rest of the day.
I imagine because of Roswell.
Yeah, apparently wants to mix up some medicine for him or something. Benson seemed to consider the prospect over longer than I expected him to, tugging at his mustache. Benson?
I sure do hope that man knows what he's doing.
You don't think he would?
I believe he's emotionally compromised and is about to make a rash decision.
Because of stress, or because,
Because of what?
Well, he saw a picture of him and his siblings upstairs. Something Florencia hid, I think, so he's probably thinking about family.
Yes, I believe he is.
Do you think he'll get to see his sister again?
Who can say?
Can I ask you a personal question? It's, I don't know, something that's been bothering me a little.
What is it?
Oswin and Roswell.
That's not a question.
They're not related, are they? I mean, they seem close whenever Oswin takes Roswell away somewhere, or times like now, right? It's not the first time it's happened, so...
This is a touchy subject.
Touchy how?
A long time ago, Oswin wanted a child of his own. A long time ago.
But?
Life decided that it wasn't meant to be. He decided as punishment to himself that he was unfit to raise a child.
Because of the medical trial.
Very good, yes. It was because of the trial.
So Roswell?
Let's just say it's a means for him to enjoy the thing that he wished he had. That's all.
I gave Benson a funny look, and his stare didn't give anything else to work with. When they both go into the woods tomorrow, I have questions.
And at that time, I'd be happy to provide answers. But in the meantime, I should go provide support, should he need it. A little fatherly touch, if you will.
Good luck. I wouldn't know the first thing on how to help.
I shall see you later, Dave.
Guys, I'm back.
Welcome back. I still think we should just eat whatever the fuck we want if we're hungry. If we're getting out tomorrow, may as well. And if we don't... How did checking up on Osmond go, Dave?
Fine. He's in the lab now, I think. Gone to see if he can get Roswell up and about to make tomorrow easier. Quickly scanning the room, I noticed a lack of a certain rat about and frowned. Thanatos is missing.
Yeah, he said he had somewhere he had to be.
Sure he does.
So just in case I misheard, Oswin is still going into the woods tomorrow and is going to work his magic on Roswell to go with him still. Magic?
He's going to make medicine or something. I don't know how that works.
Still, we can't go eating all the food.
Okay, but why though? Oh, here. Sorry, wait a minute. Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Because, you know. I think if anyone's going to make the most use of that food, it should be us, right? For what it's worth, I think it's worth splurging a little bit. We'll feel better going into tomorrow well fed, just in case the worst should happen.
Or better yet, give us the energy we need to make sure we can make a clean escape. A good idea, yeah, but what do we want for food? I could see Ty starting to speak, and I reach over to push his muzzle aside, speaking for him. 'Cause I could go for fried chicken and pumpkin bread.
Together? If we're making requests, maybe have chicken and waffles instead.
Sounds like comfort food central.
Guys, we're not making chicken and waffles.
Please? A counterpoint, Orlando. If you don't let us have chicken and waffles, you have 2 older brothers willing to step in and make you do it.
No, I wouldn't do something like that.
Come on, Sal. You're letting this side down.
Sorry. Orlando, please make us chicken and waffles, or I'm going to tell everyone the story about what happened when you had coffee.
Oh?
You wouldn't!
Failing that, I had Tyson in the wings. 'Cause he counts too. But Sal's ready to go, it seems. So chicken and waffles, easy.
Fine. I'm going to go prepare the chicken now. If we're going to do this, I need to prepare buttermilk. Buttermilk.
Yes. Well, that's the dinner sorted.
I'm a little excited now, if I'm being honest. You're still going to tell that story, though, right? Why would I do that? He's making chicken on waffles. Hoss, help.
I'll offer you some advice here, Tyson. Pick the battles you can win, and you're not winning this one. It'd be like fighting Dave on anything to do with arts and crafts.
Oh, fuck that then.
Okay. I'll end the part here for now. I'll see you all around.